Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We are going to spend some time today on your bumsy and those hamstrings. So glutes and hamstrings, guys, can be an underactive, sometimes really hard to actually engage the hamstrings and the glutes. We oftentimes, our quads take over. So really important that we work those glutes, the hamstrings, the back of our bodies. Just to help us stand taller, walk a little bit more efficiently, to be stronger all around, and to just continue being healthy and strong. All right, guys. So take a break when you need one. Grab a drink as often as you need to. Take care of yourself. Be well. If you need to opt out of anything, absolutely yes. If you want to throw in something else in place of that, absolutely yes. So this is your time to take care of yourself. My job is to lead you through an effective, safe, wonderful class where you just feel even better than you do right now after completing it. So let's get started without further ado. Stepping to the top of the mat, we roll those shoulders up and back. Oh, and let those shoulders just gently slide down and away. Give that shoulder roll one more time. Oh, take it up and back, and let those shoulders slide down and away. Let's just take a nice wide stance, and we're just gonna sway side to side. We're just split and go, okay? So nice tall posture. Let those arms swing. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere. Notice that you have to actually engage those glutes, those hamstrings, that core to sway. Bring it back to center. Let's step it back together. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. We bring the hands behind the head, elbows out wide. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, core strong, we're going to start to hinge forward, and we're going to come about 45 degrees over, and I just want you to hold that. Elbows drawn back and away, belly button drawn in. Do you feel that stretch in your hamstrings, in your glutes? Now let's rise, activating the hamstrings and glutes to come back up. Once again, as you exhale, hinge it forward. If that 45 degrees wasn't too much of a stretch, maybe come to 60. Being mindful that we're not locking out those knees. Do you feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings, and the glutes, the calves? Core strong. We rise, activating through those hamstrings and those glutes. This time, if it feels right to you, let's come down to 90. Breathe as we hinge forward. Those elbows stay back. Doing our best to keep those shoulders from rolling forward. So not only are we getting that benefit of that length down the hamstrings and through the glutes, but we're also strengthening that lower back, upper and middle back, shoulders and lats. We rise. Ooh, that's a lot of load. Yes, let's do that again. Taking it forward as deeply as feels right to you. So a 45 is as low as you need to go to feel that gentle pull. Stay there. If it's 60, yep. Maybe it's 75. Or that 90, can you get that flat back? Elbows drawn back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and we rise. Extend your arms to the sky, shift your weight back to your heels, and we lower down, bending those knees to chair. Now press through your heels and rise. Exhale, arch it back, open your arms to a nice wide V. Inhale it up tall, exhale and sit to chair. So with our weight in our heels, firing up those hamstrings and glutes as we press it back up. Exhale, open it up. We're firing up those quadriceps, but as we press through our heels to stand tall again, yep, getting the backs of the legs, sinking into that chair. And we rise. Exhale, open it up. Nice wide V. Inhale, reach to the sky. Once again, sit to chair. Hold your chair. Pull the hands to heart center. Can you lift all 10 toes? We want to lift those toes. Now let's shift our weight to our left foot, and we're going to do little pulses, 5 of them. Core stays strong. 1 more pulse. Shift your weight to your right foot. Little pulses. Breathe. Still can lift those toes. Shift it back to center. 10 pulses, evening out that weight distribution. Staying strong through the core. Coming about halfway up. Breathe. 1 more pulse, stay low, and rise. Exhale, sweep those arms back to flight as you hinge back towards that 90 degrees, lengthening through the crown of the head, rolling those shoulders back. Do you feel that really nice long stretch down the backs of the legs? Now rotate your palms towards the sky, spread your fingers, and reach as far back as you can reach. Our airplane. Strengthening that lower back. Lengthening those hamstrings and those glutes. Breathe. Now circling those arms towards the sky, palms towards the sky, big circle of those arms overhead as you hinge up nice and tall, firing up those hamstrings and glutes. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Now this nice passive stretch. A soft bend in your knees. A beautiful release for that lower back. An amazing stretch on the backs of the legs. Inhale, lift just slightly, and let's shift those hands out in front of that left foot, shifting your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Nose towards your knee. And just take a second, finding that balance on that left foot. Now shift your weight to your heel. And as you inhale, bend that left knee, lowering down into a tight little squat. Now we want to be able to lift those left toes. And then as you exhale, press through that left heel, extend that right leg, and press through that right heel. Inhale, bend, lowering down. So inevitably, we are going to work those quads at the same time. So I want you to really focus on pressing through your heel rather than the ball of your foot and your toes as you extend. And that's going to help really focus on the hamstrings and the glutes. Also flexing that foot, that top leg. As you exhale, extend and press. Let's do that once more. Inhale, lower. And exhale, extend. And gently release it down. Now circling those, or bringing those hands out in front of that right foot. Shift your weight to the right foot. Left toes to the sky. Breathe. Amazing. Long stretch down the back of that right leg. Holy cow. Add a flex of that left foot. Shift your weight to that right heel. Can you lift all 5 of those toes? And then as you inhale, bend that right knee. Lower that left leg just behind the right ankle. And then exhale. Press and extend. Inhale, lower it down, tight little squat. Exhale and press. Press through that heel. Inhale, lower it back down. Exhale and press. So basically a one-legged squat, guys, these are not easy. So come in as deep as feels right to you. If it's a little bit higher, that's absolutely fine. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale and extend. And gently release it down to forward fold. Center those hands. Relax the weight of your head. Breathe. And let's slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Working those glutes as you rise, realigning your spine. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Do that again. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands to heart center. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot crosses in front of the left. And then we're going to lift that right foot just above the knee. Ankle to the outside of the knee. Now, if you need to hold on to a chair, hold on to the wall, a counter, yes, make that happen. We shift our weight to that left heel and begin to sit it back. So now, not only are we working that left leg, but we're getting this really nice stretch in that outer hip, that glute med on that right side. Inhale, half lift, just a little bit. And then exhale, sink. The deeper you sit, the more you're gonna feel that stretch and the more you're gonna ask of that supporting leg. Inhale, we rise. Extend the arms to the sky. Opening the arms out to a T, lift that right knee to 90 degrees. And now let's press that right foot straight back. Keeping the hips square. Pressing through that right heel to warrior 3. So as we keep those hips square and we hinge forward, working to make a horizontal line from the crown of our head out through that right heel, you should feel a pretty intense stretch and work. So this is an active stretch for that left hamstring and glute. Slowly, let's rise and bring that right leg next to the left. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, open those arms to a nice wide V. Gaze to the sky. Inhale, reach. Pull the hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left foot crosses in front of the right. And we lift that left foot just above the knee. Ankle to the outside of the knee, rolling that left knee open to a figure 4. Staying connected to that focal point, strong through the belly. Chest stays lifted, let's sink. Breathe. So again, the deeper you sink, the more you're going to ask of that right leg, and the more you're going to feel in that left hip, in that glute med. Inhale, half lift, shift that weight to that right heel, and then sink. So you'll notice you kind of really want to push through those toes. See if you can shift some of that weight back into the heel. Inhale, we rise, lifting that left knee to 90, extending those arms out to a T, core strong, and begin to hinge it forward, pressing that left leg straight back. Hips are square, crown of the head pointing towards the front. Breathe. Now being sure we're not locking out that right knee. Squaring those hips just as best you can, pressing through that left heel. And let's slowly rise, drawing that left leg next to the right. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through, up dog. And exhale to down dog. Down dog, an amazing stretch for the backs of the legs, for the spine, strength for the shoulders, strength for the forearms. Let's alternate bending knees. Breathe. So with our entire body, guys, the importance of not only toning, but actually getting that strength in the different muscle groups, as well as keeping that length, keeping the fascia happy. So that means keeping that fascia hydrated, number one. It goes along with your skin, your muscles, your entire body, guys. Hydration, oh my goodness, it is key. So when that fascia gets all balled up, knotted up, tangled, it's hard to move. It feels like a muscle ball, right? So it tends, or just a knot in your muscle. Oftentimes that's fascia. We got to work through it. We got to hydrate, and we got to get that tissue, that soft tissue, moving freely once again. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Great way to help release any balled up tension, any knotted fascia through the backs of the legs. Love it, love it. Find that breath. And let's inhale it to high plank. Breathe. So we're going to be in our high plank. You can either be on your toes or your knees. Breathe. You can be on your forearms or your hands. We're going to lift that right leg. And I want you to squeeze your bum and press through your heel. Now we're just going to bend that right knee. Draw your heel in and extend it out. Draw your heel in and extend it out. 3 more. So with that leg lifted, hamstrings and glutes are kicking in. And as we bend that knee, yeah, they're working even harder. And release. Keeping that core strong, lift your left leg, flex your foot. Do you feel those hamstrings engage, your glutes engage? And we draw that left foot in and extend it out. Draw it in, extend it out. Breathe. 2 more times. Whole body's working here. You figured that out. And release. Crocodile down. Press it through, up dog. Open up those knees and sit it back to extended child's pose. So with those knees apart, we start to get into that outer hip a little bit more. Really nice stretch for those glutes. Take the time you need, and as you're ready, walk your hands up. Come over onto your hip, sweep your feet around, and let's slide on down towards the top of your mat. Bringing the feet out in front, about hip width apart, bringing the hands behind us, fingertips point towards your bum. Core is strong. Now you might need to adjust kind of where your feet and your hands are. You can do that along the way. It's just kind of finding where it's right for you. So for me, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 inches out, and then my hands 3 or 4 inches behind me, but you can decide. If you're taking special care of your shoulders, guys, be very mindful of this. As you exhale, press and lift. Squeeze your buns. Roll those shoulders back. If you need to adjust however your fingertips are pointing, yes, please do. Gaze towards the sky. We just want to make sure we don't drop the head back. We want to keep looking up or down towards your belly button. Breathe. Squeeze those buns. As you exhale, lower your bottom. Extend those legs. Point your toes. If you need a little release, roll out those wrists and then come back when you're ready. If you're like, this is not great for me, hang on 1 second. We'll join you in a sec. As you exhale, press through your heels, squeeze your buns, lift. Breathe again, same positioning with that head. We're looking straight up or down towards your belly button. Reverse plank. Whole body's active, but really squeeze those buns. As you exhale, release. Sit up nice and tall, flex your feet. Lengthen and hinge it forward. Tummy down, chest down, hands. Oh, and just let your head be heavy. So if you have really tight hamstrings, guys, you can softly bend your knees. You can slide a towel, rolled up towel underneath your knees. Just don't go quite so deep. Just taking care of yourself. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet and lower yourself back. Safely, just coming down onto your back. Arms down by your sides. We pull one foot in toward your bottom and then the other. Breathe. Now press the small of your back into the mat. Squeeze your buns and lift those hips. Peel your back off the mat, one vertebra at a time, and squeeze. Breathe. Now we're going to keep that bum up, and we're going to alternate lifting knees. So just a little arch, a little marching, I should say, in this bridge pose. Now, if your hips keep dropping, don't lift quite so high. Maybe it's just a heel lift. If you're like, I just don't like that sensation, I'm going to stay in bridge, make that happen. Breathe. So you can make that march kind of as big as you want it to be, or as small as you want it to be. Let's do one more each leg. Both feet come down, and ever so slowly lower it down. Breathe. Adjust if you need to adjust. Once again, feeling the small of the back press into the mat. Now we're going to do 5 bridges. Slow and steady. Squeeze your buns and slowly lift all the way up. Taking the fingertips up, back of the hands, up and overhead. Lift those hands, lower the arms, and then slowly bring it back down. You want to rush through this, don't rush it. Once again, realign, press the small of the back in, press those heels into the mat as you squeeze your buns and lift. At that highest bridge, lift your fingertips towards the sky, take those arms up and overhead, back of the hands to the floor. Lift those hands and lower those arms and slowly take it back down. There should be a little bit of a fire starting to build in the hamstrings and glutes. Readjust if you need to. Pressing the small of the back down into the mat. Press to your heels and lift. Peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Squeeze your buns at the top at that highest bridge. Hear those arms go up and overhead. So yeah, we're getting mobility in the shoulders, but we're distracting ourselves from working those glutes. Yeah, we feel it, but we're focused on those arms too, so it takes away a little bit. Lowering back down. Readjust. We've got 2 more, guys. Pressing the small of the back into the mat. Slowly press through those heels. Lift those hips. Can you feel those buns? Can you feel the hamstrings? If you're like, no, I can't. Oh, I want you to squeeze them. There's a pencil in your bum. Squeeze that pencil. Take it up and back. Breathe. It's the pencil challenge. Don't drop the pencil. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't put a pencil between your bum. And then slowly take it down. And slowly release it all the way back down. Oh my goodness, you guys. I can feel this. I hope you can too. Tip that pelvis while the back presses into the mat. We've got one more. Let's make this our best. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. All the way up to the top. At the top, yeah, squeeze a little harder. Take those arms up and back. Back of the hands, touching the floor if we can. Now lift those fingertips towards the sky and slowly lower those arms. Ever so slowly, bring it back down. Yeah. Draw those knees in towards your chest. Nice work, you guys, as we slow those down. Holy Hannah, they get tough. Breathe. As you pull those knees in, nice little release for that lower back and a really nice stretch for those glutes. Let's bring the hands behind the calves and extend those legs. Flex your feet. You feel that down the backs of the legs? That feels pretty good. Now we're going to work to keep those legs as long as we can and use the strength of the arms to pull those legs in. Feels good to you? Lift the upper body. Maybe line up your forearms with the backs of the calves and use the strength of the arms to pull those legs in. Breathe. Slowly releasing the upper body, slowly releasing those arms from behind the calves, bending the knees, pull them in. Let's lift the soles of the feet as though you were going to stand on the ceiling, opening up those knees just a little bit wider than the width of your rib cage, reaching up, taking a hold anywhere along the leg, outside of the ankles or outside edge of your feet. And let the weight of the arms be heavy, drawing those knees down towards the ground, and press your tailbone back towards the mat. Our dead bug or happy baby. Beautiful stretch through the groin, through those outer hips, through those glutes. Now just gently sway, side to side. Just let it be a playful baby or a not quite dead bug, right? As we just go side to side. Breathe. Coming back to center. Release the hands, pull those knees back towards one another. Bring the hands behind your thighs and let's rock it up. Turn to face front. Sitting in easy pose. If it doesn't feel like easy pose, find a comfortable place that feels good to you. Get rid of the wiggles. Sit up nice and tall, rest your hands comfortably, and if it feels right to you, maybe you drape your wrists over the knees, bringing the index finger to touch your thumb. Otherwise, just find a comfortable place for your hands to rest. Close your eyes. Breathe. We take a moment with a heart full of gratitude, thanking the mind and body for taking us on this journey today, for exploring, strengthening, stretching, helping to create the best version of ourselves that we can right here today, without judgment or criticism. We celebrate all that this beautiful body can do. Know that with consistency, each day that passes when we come back to our mat time and time again, we'll have great days, we'll have okay days, we'll have not so great days, but it's all part of the journey, my friends. Honor the journey. Know that it's just a blip in time. Let go of your ego. Find that smile. Celebrate you. Celebrate life. Let's gently pull those hands to heart center. Open those eyes. I thank you so much. Hopefully this was fun. Hopefully it was challenging. Hopefully you felt that little fire burning in your bumsy and those hamstrings. You got a great little stretch there and just some added little bonuses of that upper back, lower back, and all that good stuff. So I thank you. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Until the next time, my friends. Namaste.